Hi everyone, if you're new here, I'm Melanie and I've been doing some videos talking about the police lies, police bullying, police abuse of power, harassment from my neighbours, crimes against me from the neighbours, the way I've been feeling, like I've been stopped from having a life, I've been stopped from coming and going when I want, I've been trapped in the house, I've been controlled, I've had really horrific things done to me. I've been pushed and pushed and pushed, like, trapped in the house for 9 months, controlled when I can come and go. I don't feel safe, I don't feel comfortable at all. And the police are looking at evidence and basically ignoring it. They're belittling me, they've bullied me, they've been rude to me on the phone, they've put me down, they've lied about me. There's videos that have gone up and are going to be going up about lies with evidence of what the police have done. This has gone on for over 3 years. The police are fully aware of what's been going on. They've got evidence of it from me and other people. Other people have reported things. The police stand back and watch me be terrorised, have my life stopped, have my health, physical and mental affected. They know, like, I've tried to take my life because of what people on my street have done to me. They know that I'm severely down. They know all sorts of things, but they've not done anything about it. Because I'm a vulnerable adult, they see me as an easy target and they just let the neighbours do whatever they want to me, regardless of what evidence they have. And everything I'm saying I believe to be true. I've got the receipts, I can back it up. I will put my email address down below if you're from the media and you want to know everything. If you want all the footage of the harassment from the last 3 years, all the crimes, all the police reports that I've filed that have been ignored. I've got phone calls with the police where they're being rude to me, where they're lying to me. I've got where they did a report to the Unprofessional standards where they told lies, and I've got the evidence to prove that they lied. I also have evidence to prove how professional standards have treated me as well. So basically, Chief Inspector Steph has been aware of everything. She has stood back and watched this carry on. She's been sent videos of things and she's watched them and she's belittled me. She's played things down. She's tried to act like things aren't as they are when obviously other people are watching these things. People who, would give their opinion either way, and they're saying, no, that's a crime, that's a crime. And she keeps upsetting me. She keeps doing things that she knows are upsetting me, and I keep saying, this is upsetting me, please don't do it. And she does it again and again, which shows that there is bullying behaviour going on, because if someone's saying, this is upsetting me, as a police officer, you would be trained, and she's going to be very highly trained, to realise, yes, you're upsetting people, maybe you shouldn't do that, maybe you should do something else instead. But she keeps doing things, like she keeps emailing me, and I'm like, please don't email me, you're upsetting me. If you want to speak to me, ring me. Like, if you don't want to ring me or whatever, don't ring me, just don't contact me via email. And she's just, like, I basically stopped talking to her last year. Like, I didn't speak to her, I stopped speaking to her months and months ago, because it would be less painful to smash my head against a brick wall numerous times than to try and speak to her. She's not been very nice to me at all. Like, even my dad, when he's had communication with her, he's just not liked her at all. She's not one of those people that, is likeable in general to me, my dad, and someone else who has spoken to her or has had contact or whatever. The higher up they are, they're meant to be nicer. And obviously I've had interactions with high-ranking police officers, and she's been the most horrible, let's just put it that way. And this is my personal opinion, I'm entitled to it, and everything I'm saying I believe to be true. But if you saw how she has been in emails, she's lied in emails, again, I can prove she's lied. She's belittled me, again, I can prove it. If you're from the media, if you want these emails, I can give you them, you can read them. She stopped things from happening, like, that she shouldn't stop. Like, she's not, like, doing the right thing. Obviously she's in charge of the neighbourhood team, who don't like me, who have enabled my neighbours to do this. They've got a conflict of interest. They've told my neighbours things that they shouldn't tell them. They've let them get away with serious crimes. I've got crime logs where they've not rung me to take a statement. If they've rung me, they've not done anything about it. I've got like at least 100 crime logs, and they've just not taken this seriously. They let my neighbours do whatever I want because I'm a vulnerable adult. Now, if these neighbours had done this to anyone else, the police would deal with it. And it's because I'm a vulnerable adult and the police don't like me because I speak out about them. Now, I wouldn't need to speak out about them or put myself in this position, which is very stressful, if the police actually did the job and stopped bullying me and targeting me and singling me out. They do this to other vulnerable adults. It's not just me. Maggie always said that the police like to try and criminalise and target vulnerable adults because they see them as easy targets because they can basically say whatever they want about us. Well, say whatever you want about me because I know the truth, I can prove the truth, and I've got people who will stand up for me, people who will be believed massively over you, people who people trust. Now think about who you would trust most, because trust me, it's not gonna be a police officer, is it? Unless you're another police officer. But then again, from what I've been told from police officers, they don't trust each other because they know what each other are like because we're all the same. And what I'm saying, I believe to be true. So Steph Arms decided to send me a nasty email on Friday after I've asked her numerous times not to email me. And I was already heavily distressed because someone did something that was intimidating and left me in fear. And she actually found out about that because I told someone else within the police. And Steph wasn't happy that I told them and not her. Now, maybe Steph would like to think, why has Melanie gone to someone else in the police rather than me? Doesn't take a genius to work that one out. Because Steph keeps upsetting me, Steph's belittled me, Steph has made me feel really, really down. Steph knows I'm suicidal, but Steph sends a nasty email to me. So, I was already in a really down, stressed out, fearing for my life kind of feeling. I mean, I don't even know how to put that into words, but, that's how I felt. And she fired off this email to me. Weren't very nice about the fact that I didn't email her. Well, Steph, I'm not going to email you because I don't like you don't like me, I don't like your attitude towards me. I find you unprofessional, I find you to be quite bullying. You're highly trained to speak to people, yet you decide to just be nasty to me. Because I do see emails as nasty, and people have read the emails, and everyone agrees that you're belittling me. So, she upset me. She's actually done something that I find is probably illegal, very cruel, very controlling, and I see it as being vindictive towards me as well. That's my opinion. And obviously, do you know what makes me laugh about Steph? She doesn't like the fact, it's quite obvious, the police don't like the fact in general that I have a solicitor and that I CC him in on every email that I send. And if I get an email and I don't reply to it, I'll probably send it to him. I mean, it depends on the context of the email, but I send it to him because he knows how the police have treated me. And so do a lot of other people who work in law or have dealings with the police, and they know exactly what the police are like and they can see what they're doing to me. They're bullying me, basically. So the police are pushing me to go public, and I have been in talks about going public. And when I find the right people who's going to tell the whole story, because some want part of the story, some want to concentrate on the harassment, some want to concentrate on the police, some want to have a bit of both. But obviously, the whole story needs to come out. It can't be just a little bit of a story, because what's the point in telling a bit of a story? But if you do want to know the whole story and you feel like you want to either publish it or if you're a TV show, the email address is down below. I am very open to be public myself, as much as I shouldn't be in this position because the police should do the job. If I have to be public and everyone knows who I am and what I've been through because of who, then obviously I will do that, because I am so depressed I don't want to live. I wish I could fall asleep and not wake up again. I'm down, I can't get anything done, I'm getting very little done because of how I feel. My anxiety's through the roof, I'm being targeted all the time, it's making me really ill. So Steph Arms has done something that I see as cruel and very, very wrong, and people that know and have seen what she said are in agreement that she's definitely bullying me. So I fired an email back, and I can read some of it, but I can't read it all out because I do talk about some people, and there's some people I won't be mentioning. I actually sent her two because hours later I thought of other things. So if I'm talking and I go blah blah blah, it's basically because I can't say certain things. So it says, Steph, I've told you not to email me. Yet again you've emailed me, been nasty and caused me severe distress knowing I'm depressed. Your team have bullied me and allowed me to be targeted for 3 years by my neighbours. I've proved everything, but you personally have allowed it to continue and have protected my neighbours who hound me day and night. They stalk me, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. There's things I can't say because obviously the things that have been crimed I won't be talking about because obviously if the police don't deal with it, there's other ways of going about it. Because it's getting to that point where things are going to be having to happen because of what's going on and what they're doing to me and how they've made me feel. There are crimes happening and I have no faith in you or any of your team who do all you can to cause me distress and allow me to be harmed. And then I talk about a specific person and I mention a couple of things about what they've done. And then I say, and to be honest, I know it's pointless asking the police for help due to your attitude towards me and how you send me upsetting and nasty messages. I've asked time and time again for the police not to turn up at my house as it causes me extreme anxiety. You are going to see videos regarding that, by the way. My doctor has written to the police about my anxiety surrounding the police due to being bullied by DC Melissa Chadwick, which did happen and can be proved. Videos are going to come up about some of the things that she did to me. I ask again and again for no police to just turn up at my house, and again you send someone knowing it's going to cause me severe distress and affect my mental health like it has done. If someone, and basically she's like, someone came to the house today where you could have talked about these things that you've been reporting. Firstly, and I'll just say this before I carry on with what I said to her, the police know not to just come to my house because they know I'm scared of them, and I know people think I'm not scared of them because I'm talking about them in videos. It's a whole different ball game talking about it in videos than actually being in their presence, because I am scared to death of them because of like who they are, what they can do, what they can say, like the powers that they have, and also what they've put me through and done to me, because Chad has made me really ill. The things she did to me, disgusting. Like, it's inhumane what she did to me. And the police know I have these severe anxieties. My doctor wrote to them that I feel all these certain ways because of the police. And I always say to them, like, don't come to my house, A, because of how you make me feel, as in the police, and B, because if they come to my house, the neighbours target me and do things after the police have been to my house, because of course they think they come here because of them, and yeah, most of the time it is because of them, but it doesn't mean they have to punish me further and make me more and more depressed. And I have tried to take my life because of two main people, well, three, and there is other people that have pushed me to feel that way, but there are reasons why I've tried to take my own life. And the police know some of them, and the police are just like, oh, it's just Melanie, she's a vulnerable adult, yeah, let's just let them carry on. Well, that's why I'm going public, because you've forced my hand at this, the police, and I will give all the harassment footage to the media. They've had some clips, I've not said anything, I've just said, this has happened, here's a couple of instances, here's a bit of what the police have done, and then whoever wants the whole story and who's going to do the whole story and not just bits and pieces, then that's whatever we'll do. I mean, you know, because the police are clearly just going to allow me to be frightened for my life and suicidal, because, you know, if I could fall asleep and die, I would, because that's how they make me feel. So she just said, well, someone could have, like, you could have talked to them and told them. Well, firstly, they've not rung me to say they're coming. B, turning up at my house in the morning when I'm feeling down because I've been targeted the day before, not the best thing. So I said to her, if someone doesn't answer the door, it could be for many reasons, because also they're presuming I'm in, they're presuming whatever, they just make presumptions about me all the time. So I said, one being they may not be in. True. Secondly, they may be in the shower. True. Because if you're in the shower, you're not going to hear someone knocking on the door. Unless your shower's back by the front door. But then again, you're still going to hear it. If you've got your head underwater, are you going to hear some knocking? Who knows? My shower isn't by the bloody front door. I live in a 3-storey house. And my shower is on the 2nd floor. Anyway, thirdly, they could be in bed. You could be in bed, you could be a heavy sleeper, you're not going to hear knocking. I mean, you could have AirPods in. I have music in my AirPods a lot. I'm not going to hear knocking. I didn't actually. I could have put that as an example. I didn't think of that, but I do have AirPods in a lot. Fourthly, they could have severe anxieties, not only surrounding the police, but anyone coming to the house because they've been made to feel by their neighbours, and that's actually true. I actually stop people coming to my house, not just the police, people who want to come round because of how I'd been made to feel by my neighbours about people coming to my house. And also, some people don't want to come here because there was a time when people used to come, and one of the people that have been doing this to me used to make them uncomfortable by doing certain things. So there were some people that didn't actually want to come to our house anymore because of that. And some people, even to this day, don't want to come, A, because of the harassment, and they don't want them to do anything to them because they're going to write the reg down and go, oh, such and such came to the house. And they've even made presumptions about people coming to my house, who they are. Someone came to my house who is a friend of my dad's, and they said it was my mum. This person's only 11 or 12 years older than me. I'm pretty sure she was not my mum, but there you go. But yeah, I do have severe anxieties about anyone coming to my house because of this harassment and the effect it's had on me. And then I said, no one has contacted me and no one has done anything. All you do is protect, and then I named a specific group of people, I don't know, and enable them to continue to commit crime on a daily basis. Crime I have proved. No matter what I say to you or any evidence you may see, you will always say nothing's happened. I mean, she's not actually technically said that, but she's played things down. That's because you have no intention of helping me and are happy for me to be pushed to breaking point. And the police know how I feel, and I can prove they know, yet the police do things knowing that I'm severely distressed, and they're severely depressed, severely unwell, and I'm not coping, and then they do the things that they know affects me the most. I see that as bullying. It's clear the police don't like me and target me because I'm a vulnerable adult. I know all about that, and I have made Maggie Oliver and her team aware of this ongoing abuse of power from the police. It is disgusting what the police are doing to me and are allowing. You have no compassion and are bullying me. This is wrong. You don't like me and I don't like your attitude towards me. So I'd suggest you get your supervisor to contact me, as you've done nothing but cause me severe distress and made my mental health at a whole all-time low. I will make everything public and will be speaking to the media, as it's very clear that B can do whatever they want and the police will protect them and lie about me covering up everything. I do not appreciate you belittling me and targeting me like this. And then I go on about someone and how they make me feel, blah blah blah. And then I say, but no matter what I say to you or report, even with evidence, you will continue to belittle me and make out nothing's happening, which is not technically done, but she might as well be, but she has played things down. And when I've shown the same thing to someone else who isn't biased, who will say their opinion whether or not I like it, they've all agreed that I have been showing crime, and this chief inspector is making out things that isn't actually quite accurate. And I know what she's doing without anyone telling me. And then make out nothing is happening because it's far easier to target a vulnerable adult like me than to actually deal with what's happening. You stood back and watched them destroy me. You defend them. You let them hound me, abuse me, and do whatever they want to me, and then you put me down and make me out to be the problem. If she's done that, I mean, I'm really tired. It's like 2:34 in the morning. Well, 2:35 now. I do not appreciate what you're doing to me, and you upset me when I'm at my lowest, knowing I'm at my lowest. The police are meant to protect people, but you do not protect me and allow this to continue, and now they know you're on their side, they'll target me. And then I said, like, what day they're going to target me. Like they did, blah blah blah, and if they do, I'll do something, because I cannot cope with what you, all in capital letters, are allowing to happen and are covering up. Enough of this bullying, I've had enough. 3 years of hell and 8 years of abuse. And then, end of. And then she CCs my solicitor on emails now, because I kept CCing it in on emails, and apparently the police don't like it. And she's the only one who will also send it to him now, so she's saving me a job. But then when I did reply, I forgot to CC him in on it, so I had to send it to him after I'd sent it. So I'm just having a drink, I've got a really dry mouth. And then obviously I spoke to a few people about what she'd done, and then it was like hours later, like maybe 4 hours later, I emailed her again, because you know when things pop into your head afterwards, in fact other things have popped in my head, but I'm not emailing her again about this. So I emailed her maybe 4 hours later, and I remembered this time to send it to my solicitor at the same time, and I put, Steph, 2 more things, because in her email she basically told me to report things directly to her going forwards. Now, anyone who knows anything knows that that's not the done thing, and I've been told off in the past for doing that on more than one occasion, where I've you can make disclosures, but you can't keep reporting things, basically. And I've been told off for it, and I've even had a DI write to me and say, like, if you want to report things, do it correct way, because I was telling Chadder's stuff and she wasn't basically doing anything about it, and it caused a problem. So you're not meant to report things directly. So she's told me something very wrong, because she's trying to control the situation. She don't want the reports to go in, because they'll find it harder to cover up the fact that they're covering up what's happening to me. That's what it's all about. And everything I'm saying I believe to be true, and I can back up. So I say, Steph, 2 more things. I will not be making reports directly to you, as they will not be logged. And I believe that to be true, because you don't want these things logged, because it'd be harder to cover up. I've been told to always report the correct way, and not to make any kind of reports directly to police officers. I can prove I was told that on more than one occasion, so don't tell someone to report crime the wrong way. 2. You and your team are completely complicit in what has and has continued to happen, belittling me, ignoring serious crimes against me with evidence, and refuse to gather evidence or even contact me, preferring to protect, and then a name, who subject me to the worst harassment and abuse. I basically reported something very serious, I'm not going to say what it is, and like all my reports, it's been ignored, so do not tell me you are not protecting my neighbours and allowing them to harm me, because that report alone proves it, which it does. If I could say what it was, it would be proof enough that this team, led by Chief Inspector Steph Arms, is covering up crime, serious crime. You have left me with no choice but to make things public, because even, and then I say it, but basically something very serious, are being allowed to happen to me. I am horrified that the police, especially someone in your position, is allowing these things to happen to me, choosing to make me feel intimidated, anxious and severely depressed. And that was it. So I can't remember if it was later that day or the next day, because I know my dad talked about it the next day as well, but I can't remember if he told me on the same day. But he's also emailed her and told her she's out of order, and gave his opinion and told her, look, you've seen the evidence, like, he's witnessed things firsthand, he's witnessed things over the camera, because obviously when things are going on, I alert certain people and it's watched, and also what he's not seen is since viewed, and he has made reports, he's made quite a lot of reports, and he's had enough. He's actually got quite involved now, and he's contacted people that Steph is not going to be happy about that he's contacted, and he's doing other things because he's like, enough's enough, the police are just, I'm not going to say his opinion, but he's of the same mindset as me. In fact, he was always totally against the police all my life. He's basically said what is basically happening, that they're corrupt, they target people, they don't do the right things, they concoct their own version of the truth, and you know, they just twist things or they make things fit to suit their own narrative or narrative. So he's emailed and he's like, you're out of order, like, you've upset her, these things are happening, you're covering it up, blah blah blah. Like, obviously that's in my own words, obviously I don't know what he said word for word, he's just told me what he said to her. He's also told me what he has done, who he's contacted. He's contacted 3 or 4 different people. I'm not going to say who or what they do. And he's also going to do other things because he's had enough. He is, you know, he's got a heart condition. He's vulnerable because of his age. The police are aware of the heart condition. He's aware that at times when things have gone on, he's had chest pains. Obviously, he will be telling his doctor who's causing these chest pains. So if my dad has a heart attack, the person or the people that are causing me the most distress are actually causing him distress. So if he did have a heart attack, they would be made accountable for their actions. Obviously, if I do take my own life, there'd be certain people who have pushed me to this, and I've made it clear to everyone who's made me feel this way. So he is doing things, he's not very happy with the way she has been. He's had conversations with her, he's had communication, and he doesn't like her attitude, he doesn't like the way she's being, basically. And then I did put a serious complaint in about it to the IRPC. If you've ever filled out a form, there's like lots of things to fill out, and then there's this main section where you get a 6,000 word limit, and I did over 5,000 words, and the only reason I didn't like do the 6,000, because I could have easily done more than 6,000, is because I did it at 3 in the morning. I mean, like, now it's 2:42 a.m. My brain does start to slow down, and obviously I'm going to be up at like 7 in the morning, 6, 7. So I'm not getting enough sleep, and I dread going to sleep because I have nightmares about what's gone on. Sometimes I sit here at night, or even if I'm laid down, and things go round and round in my head, because it's just massively impacting my health, my life, everything. And the police know that, and they're just like, oh, whatever. So, yeah, I have put a serious complaint in about Steph. Now, she won't be able to contact me now. And I've asked her not to contact me on numerous occasions, and she keeps doing it. She keeps doing other things that are upsetting me. And I just find it highly unprofessional that someone of her ranking would act this way towards a vulnerable adult, and also watches things and doesn't act on them. She's seen a video of something happening to someone else, not me, not anyone related to me, and she stood back and not done anything about that. And I have told several people about that, and some people have actually seen the footage of what actually happened and are horrified. So that just goes to show that people are being protected who are hurting people. They've hurt me, they've done all sorts of things to me, and like I said, I don't want to live anymore. Like, I dread waking up, I dread going to sleep, I dread being in the house, I dread leaving the house. Like, I'm so broken from this. Like, I've been left with no choice to expose it, and even if I did take my own life, it wouldn't stop it from coming out, because my dad would make sure, from his point of view, everyone would know who's done what the police have done, who have done this to me, who live on the street. And also every harassment clip will be going live, because it's all set up to go live unless the dates are changed, not just on here, in other places. So everyone will find out who's done what the police have done, because I have been driven to this place where the police have done nothing, and they know I've tried to take my own life because of certain people. The police have pushed me to be suicidal at times, and it's just like, enough's enough. So you will see upcoming videos of basically the police coming to my house. I don't answer the door. I may not be in. I may be in bed. I may be in the shower. Or most definitely, the majority of the time, I'm scared to death of the police. I don't want to be around them. They intimidate me. And don't think because they've got body worn camera on that you're protected, because you're not, because they could have technical issues, or bits of the footage could just have issues with, and it's not viewable anymore. So just be very careful with the police, because you're not really that safe, because they do have issues with the body cams. Always film, and make sure if they're going to grab your phone off you that you switch it so it's not on. Do you know, like when you press the thing so it just closes the screen, so then you've got your recording safe. Just be careful, because I know exactly what they're like, and everything I'm saying I believe to be true. There will be other videos coming, but for the most part this week you're just going to see them subjecting me to intimidation by turning up, knowing that I am scared of them, knowing that it'll cause a severe anxiety, knowing that it'll affect my mental health, and fully aware that I am severely depressed, and that part of the reason they know that I'm physically unwell, yet they've targeted me this week. And Steph has had a complaint about her and the rest of the team, but I will be putting in daily complaints about every single report that they've ignored. So I'm going to have to do about 10 a day, because there's over 1,000, there's probably about 1,500. So when the statistics, I can't even say it, when the data comes out about how many complaints like each team have had, I'm pretty sure Darwin neighbourhood team is going to have about 100 times more than any other team. I mean, it's just absolutely horrific the way they've treated me, but it's not just going to be me that's going to be complaining. There's other people that the police have ignored and let crime happen to. And do you know what? There's going to be stories coming up, because there's someone on this street who's targeted some other people, and I've been witness to some of the lies and targeting that they've done, where they've got police to do certain things by telling lies, and there's little old me being a witness to that. And this person who's actually told lies is one of the main people that's pushed me to try and take my own life, who has a public facing role. And that is all I'm going to say. But I have pre-filmed some videos that are coming up in March talking about what they've done to them. I've not even talked about what they've done to me in videos yet, and I have got permission to talk about these instances as well. There's just absolutely shocking behaviour going on this street, and it's scheduled. So if I die, it's still going to go up, and all the harassment clips will go up if I die. If my phone's took off me, everything still goes up, because it's scheduled. I can't stop anything. But the police have just pushed me and pushed me and pushed me. My neighbours have made me want to die. My neighbours have harmed me. I just can't even cope with them anymore.